tropics, and we'll see how long we can take that trend, hopefully a while. Right now, of course, we're dealing more so with the heat for Louisiana, and in fact, the entire state of Louisiana. Big chunk of Texas and far to our north and in much of Mississippi as well. We're under the excessive heat warning that unfortunately we have been under and have almost gotten used to at this point for several days. It's 93 in New Orleans. It's feeling like 105. At least we're seeing some clouds and some rain on radar, which I'll show you in a second. First, though, checking those temperatures, we are in the lower to middle 90s, and the feels like temperature certainly corresponding with that excessive heat warning criterion of getting to about 115 or so, or toward 115. We already have 111 at the lakefront for the feels like, 110 for a lot of spots along the North Shore, Mandeville and Slidell, 105 at Kenner and Reserve, 110 also for Galliano or around Galliano and toward Raceland and Thibodaux and Homa. We're looking at live radar showing a few small showers and storms today. We knew going into today we'd have a little better chance for some rain, and at least we're seeing something on radar. Now, this time of year, anything that does form can sometimes get pretty strong, tapping into that heat pretty quickly. But right now, everything is sort of manageable. Some rain around Jean Lafitte, some rain around Port Fourchon, some not far from the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain, now getting out over the lake. Interesting to see this green line here. That's an outflow boundary coming from what was happening earlier with the thunderstorm. That will be a big gust of wind. So if you just felt that in New Orleans East and parts of New Orleans, that's what that was. So big gust of wind coming from something that was formed up before. Today we're looking for highs, maybe not quite at 100. It depends on whether you get one of these showers or storms or whether you stay in the miss category, in these hit or miss kind of showers and storms. We do have a decent chance for some rain through this afternoon, but again, if you don't get any, you may already surge into the upper 90s or toward 100 like we have been lately. North of the lake, we're looking for lows tonight, upper 70s. South of the lake, lower 80s. We'll have that muggy feel. Here's Precision Cast, and it's picking up at noon, sort of doing an okay job, picking up on a few showers south of Lake Pontchartrain right now, a little bit north. So doing an all right job to initialize. This is by 3 p.m. It still has some showers in the area. This is by 5 p.m., maybe not quite as much. And by sunset, we're just dry and still pretty steamy, likely in the upper 80s or about 90. Overnight, things are looking quiet. This is tomorrow morning, getting up into the middle 80s, maybe even upper 80s already by 8 a.m. This is through tomorrow. Doesn't look like as high a chance for rain. Couple of showers or stray storm possible, but our rain chance back to about 20% tomorrow is what we're expecting, mostly in the afternoon. I was talking about this weekend. This is a weekend where we have a lot of things going on. It is going to be so hot. For Satchmo Summerfest, Saturday and Sunday, expect temperatures in the upper 90s, feeling like 110. You know what to do: sunscreen, hydrate, take breaks in the shade and air conditioning. And we have White Linen Night also on Saturday evening. It will still be in the 90s through the evening. Our feels like temperature up to 100 to 110. But eventually, if you're out at the later end of Saturday night toward 10 or 11, we may eventually get back into the upper 80s as opposed to 90s. Our drought monitor showing not only the hot, but of course the dry conditions that we've been experiencing. Looking back at June and July, June was the third warmest and fifth driest month on record at the airport at Kenner. July was the second warmest, seventh driest on record. So both months putting us in at least the top 10, if not top 5, for both heat and dry conditions. In the tropics, this is all that's happening. Barely a chance for this little area that we've been talking about for a while to develop. So not looking like that one going to be much of anything, and moving out over open water anyway. There's your 7-day forecast. Those upper 90s just stretch on into the weekend and early next week.